Hello and welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. So, um, yeah, we only had to do it once. Uh,
Yeah.
hey there. I found those ruins you were looking for. Yes, and I found the symbol on the ruins. Symbol of a sun? Yes. Lowers his head, letting it hang for a while. Then he lets out a roar. For helvete! His little buddy joins in and screeches. That's not a good sign, huh? The dwarf takes a deep breath. The sun means those ruins are just the same as these, he says and taps the stone beside him. They're consecrated. The white manes would never consecrate a secret gate. Damn it. Oh, sorry. Don't be. It means only one thing. This lead was off. Oh well, time to regroup and rethink after the election, that is. Here. Pickaxe of Secrets. That's a little trick we have in the delving business. A custom-made detect secret infused pickaxe. Oh, this is very useful. Sure is, bror. You've earned it, Cleric of Norvik. Of course, the pickaxe is a bit wonky. The keyword is supposed to be secret, as in you say the word secret and the pickaxe casts the spell. It doesn't quite work, so do with it as you please. Wonky magic items can be dangerous or hilarious. Anyhow, I'll be packing up soon. I'm done here. Thanks again. Saved me a ton of time and effort. Maybe in a few months you'll join me for a real expedition. Could be fun. I'll think about it. Think hard and long. You've got time. If there's anything else, just let me know. What do you know about the tea shop? Yeah, he's being smartass. No, the tea shop. Is there some special tea shop I should be aware of? How long have you been down here? About a week by now. Takes time to set up a secure perimeter. So you don't know about the tea shop that exploded. Exploded? I thought the election was bad enough as is. Now they've got exploding tea shops? Norvik is in trouble indeed. Oh well, he mutters with a shrug. Can't help you there, friend. Okay, good luck. That pickaxe, do I have to equip it? Where even is it? Here. No? Here. Strength and intelligence, as opposed to intelligence and wisdom. Yeah. Do I now have the spell, or does it... Yeah, I'm unsure as to how it works. Well, get back up. Do we actually... That's a quest we finished. Wait, where is that quest? Is that a... tea shop? Completed. If this is completed... Oh, I have to complete a whole quest line. But how do I know what's the whole quest line? Because at the same time, here I did get feats. Um... Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the man in yellow. They killed an elf in the tea shop. And we still need to find the owner as well. And here... You should be future god. I've said so 5 times. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, find the press in the name of the editor is a possibility. Yeah, reviving that corpse. This is completed. Completed. Oh yeah, the bookbinder. 250 crowns. Oh, did he say that? I think he said, I don't know what I'm going to charge. I guess it's 250. I should talk to Raz as well. Yeah, surviving the assassin. Bondeval hiding down in the crypts. We must find him. Oh, right. River Takey. Right. Okay. Oh yeah, there's no map. I have only one spell slot for level 1 spells. Should we go... No. I was thinking go talk to the crocodile. But why would we do that? Okay. Should we try the crypts again? That was... How does that pickaxe work? Wasn't the crypts... Oh yeah. The door is open. Let's just save. Should I should actually... What other weapon did I have? Not this one. Oh yeah, here. Ghostly weapon. However, it is sadly not really materially bound, meaning it won't do any damage if you swing it down. Oh, fuck you! Yeah, let's save and try. Huh. Thousands of dead. People who died in the Cursed Lands. Okay. Wasn't there... Where does this go? Need some type of key. Okay, here was the fight. Yeah?
Huh?
Oh, fuck you. How do I know which one is second level? Okay. That's fine. Don't you have some holy magic against this thing? Yeah, unfortunately I don't. Goblin brings out his sling. Yeah, the bullet flies through its rib cage. Piercing or slashing damage would be near useless. Won't force. Give him a hug! Wait, there's a way to do this and that works? Nope. These are all the wrong stats. Can't use grease. I could use Shield of Fate. Didn't I have bark skin? Not equipped yet. Let's use Shield of Fate. Okay. You know what? Oh, I can't even reload. Well, fuck that. Oh, that worked. You line up a perfect strike. Your fist connects with the thing's skull, cutting off its horrid shriek. The impact sends its skull flying off. The rest of it collapses upon the crypt floor. Great hit! Okay. No other threats. This skeleton must have been the only guardian. Thank you, Snow. You're welcome. You did good too. Why do you put yourself in these situations? The goblin leans on his knees, panting. God, I hate crypts. He raises a finger and wags it. Nothing good ever came from constructing a crypt. You either get a cursed place filled with death, or a meat grinder filled with undeath. Agreed, that's why we burn corpses these days. Really, a genuinely smart tradition. Best thing humans ever invented. I think it was a dwarven thing. Oh. It was smart to adopt it, or at the very least it bang from somewhere far away echoes down the hallway. Goblin jumps. Shiver down your spine. Then the chamber grows silent once more. Scent of death still lingers. He clears his throat. Fuck this place, let's go. Kneel down. Hold on, I have to make sure this warrior gets what he deserves. Which is? A good old-fashioned looting. Helmet. Intelligence, constitution, -2 charisma. Probably not gonna equip that. The first tomb of Urf. This is it. First place his body was placed 27 years ago. Your lord, your master, your god Urt. A relic of an old era. Should leave it be. Okay. Tomb of a fighter. Empty inside except bone dust and some crowns. We don't have enough crowns for the spell book. Crypt of an archer. It is empty. Is it? No. No, it is not. Wait, oh no, I get more crowns. Can I see my total crowns somewhere? 420. We can actually pay for the spellbook. Wait. What's this? Mace. Picky picky. Constitution, wisdom, -strength. It is cold. Colder than iron permits. The metal feels wrong. Got yourself a nice weapon, eh? Grip it hard. As your gloved hand wraps around the handle, a chill runs up your arm. Not just cold. Nothing. Just the empty crypt. But... You good? The goblin looks concerned. Just look at the mace again. Cleric? You look down at the mace. Something is very, very wrong with it. What? Is it cursed? Did I just get cursed? No, it's... There again. The figure. In the periphery. Watching. Spin around. Nothing. Gone. This mace is haunted. Cursed, perhaps. This thing is haunted. What? Stares at the mace. You sure? I'm sure. Great. Haunted weapons. Just what we needed. Damn this. Find this lovely weapon ready to take on the city's foulness. You simply cannot wield it. The horror, like some unfleshy ghast coming to haunt you, is too great. Keep it sealed. Keep it close. The spirit watches. What do I actually have here? +2 intelligence. Bureaucrat advantage. Meek. Taking up a slot. Intelligence advantage in esoteric events. Okay. Stone coffin. Rests against the wall. Rotate the handle. Yeah, now we'll find that guy. Push it. Nice. Revealing a narrow staircase descending into darkness. Cold air rushes up. Ancient, stale. Smell of old magic. Oh boy, even deeper, huh? Doom. Into the dark. This might not be where this guy is staying. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. A shard. Grab it. Wooden coffin. It's rotting. Dream patch. Okay, that's good. Highly decorated skull. Pickpocket? What do you mean? Oh, it's a living... Stepping into the hidden tomb, you see a colorful display of twinkling light through the gloomy and dusty air. An eerie altar, placed on top a skull and several colorful gems. Valuable too. And shiny. Take one. You could get it appraised by someone downtown. Don't touch anything. Just look around. The shrine is quiet. The colorful gems cover its altar, as well as the eye sockets of the central skull. Your legs wobble as you look upon it. You should pray to this thing. It is stronger than you. The skull looks a bit deformed. A bit? Depends on what type of skull it is, I suppose. Look at the jaw. It's all wonky, and the eyes? Don't like ripping on a dead guy, but yeah, that's one wacky skull. A wacky skull? Oh, it's wonderful. You goddamn phrenologists. As if lifted by some invisible force, the bejeweled skull rises from the altar, its gleaming eyes twinkling in the light, its jaw chattering. The noise causes you to recoil. No, no way! An unending wave of dread falls upon your essence. Undead abomination! The goblin tries to grab you, but he freezes and groans. What the hell? Falls to his knees. Barely stand. Can't move! The dread is overbearing. Skull's jaw stops chattering. As the noise disappears, you feel in control once more. Slightly. You wake me up for some trifling bullshit. You're a trifler, huh? Clicks its teeth together. I'm a great wizard, nothing else. The skull floats closer to you, causing you to convulse on the spot. You carry the weight and pride of a true wizard. Yay, a wizard! Looks you up and down. Ha! You're but a pup tangled in strings, a cleric lost in Jor's tangles, a cleric of a dead god. Holy hells, this thing is terrible. Just being close to it ruins your posture. The skull lets out howling laughter as it shudders about in the air. I am Necrolord Boundavol! Ha ha ha! Necrolord? That is the title of old Dimenor. You've been unfortunate enough to encounter here a remnant of the Arcanists, left to decay in this mad form. Demi-Lich. Punch the skull. Wait, Viskin sent me here. Viskin? What are you, an apprentice? No? Slave then? More or less, I suppose. I sense sarcasm here. Hold on, are you that cleric looking to speak with the dead elf? Yes, obviously. Obviously. He rattles a laugh, slowly spinning in the air. Viskin let me know all about your little situation. He did? The Demi-Lich clicks once. You're not very necromantically entangled, are you? Never managed to master that school at the towers. Master it? No one masters it, not even after centuries of scholarship. You see, I'm not just some horny wizard. The skull drops down and flips around on the table. I'm a goddamn mage. You hear the goblin groaning. This lich is surprisingly not a threat. For whatever reason, his intentions are far more sinister. He intends to teach you something. Trained in the arts by Hagin Dim legend. Sent to fight on behalf of the greatest empire in the history of yours, Arsprint. Necrolord is not just some title, it's a calling, a dream. A dream of undead supremacy. One day it will be reached. You're the lucky one here, for I will help you guide you to a string attunement, a necromantic attunement. Yes, you'll do that for me? Of course, I owe it to Viskin. For a second, I just love spreading the joy of death magic, as any sane man would. DC 24? So, what are you exactly? I'm a terrifying lich, of course. He does not consider himself decayed, a sign of madness. You have to be pretty stupid not to... It did go down. How did you end up like that? The skull? Goes silent for a few seconds. Clearly a rarity once you get him talking. I don't know what you are talking about. A lich? Ah, that. Long story. Been around since the 300s. I don't know. I play this game with pauses in between the lore. Oh yeah, 300s of what era? Arcane era? Of course, what else? I'll talk your skin off, cleric. Where did you grow up? Small village called Kriv. We got barbarian invasions from the Vurgeni border every year. To protect them, I raised our dead from the village crypts. Those were some bloody battles, I'll tell you. Took a dozen heads before the message got into their thick giant skulls. Who taught you necromancy? A ghost, actually. Haunted a ruin outside my father's farmstead. Led me to my first spellbook. Told me how to pull strings and fast-track my spell slot accumulation. Her name was Uliena Prax, a wonderful crazy harlot. Where is she now? She was captured by a high-ranking exorcist after I built my first squadron. Last I heard, she was part of some Free Strider trade prince's personal collection. Kept her in a bottle. Like she's a genie or something. I would have gone with a fancy box myself, or an urn. What's your greatest accomplishment? Oh! It's a bit embarrassing, but it has nothing to do with necromancy. Back in the war, I was to receive a commendation in Tazan. Big event, big deal. Well, that evening during the reception, I managed to seduce and charm a beautiful young lady. Turns out she was the daughter of a Hagendim arcanist, can you imagine? So obviously I married her straight away. My father-in-law made sure I got promoted to hell and back over the next decade. Got me deep into the arcanist circle. Until the accident, of course. You married up. And that's your greatest accomplishment. Arcanist politics is won in the bedroom, not on the battlefield. Don't worry, there was true love between Akalia and I. She was a great scribe of the era, that glorious woman. We didn't divorce until after a century of lichdom. Do you understand how rare that is? That was love, it was. How morbidly romantic. Do you imagine 100 years of marriage? Horrific. Last I heard, she was heading a mercantile faction in Feltir. Clicks his non-existent tongue. Gods be damned, I miss that lady. Her body, yes, but her mind... Strangely idealistic for an arcanist lich. Yeah, what? Murder mostly, to get the commendation. Once I'd mastered 9 level spell slots, I managed to create my own custom raise dead spell. Allowed me to direct 100 zombies at once, and more importantly, they all had basic motor functions left. They could use tools, rifles, wands, basic magic items. Took a toll, but I alone held the line on Gormisol for 3 days straight. Corpses as far as the eyes could see. Those were the days. Sounds wistful. He's obviously evil or insane. What's your greatest necromancy accomplishment then? Oh, easy. I led the animation of a Draco Lich. A dragon. Wow. That's radical. Sure is. Even back in the day. Ihimilion Ravat, a child of Esud. Not one you'd read about in history books, but she had spirit, that dragon. Wasn't a regular in the dragon cultist community, but my expertise as a lich led them to hiring me. I would have done it for free, honestly. Let out a sinister chuckle. In the end, we succeeded. That was my greatest accomplishment, cleric. Creating one of the most fearsome creatures to ever walk the coast. What happened to the dragon? Obviously won't divulge the secret of Draco Lichdom, but rest assured that Ikimilian went through hell to achieve her new form. Was a tragedy what those genie Templars did to her and her army. Otherwise, she could have easily ruled a city or two by now. Genie Templars? Some crazy warriors out of Kargamish. Was a big thing 100 years ago. I'm fond of dragons, you know. Mortals look up to us. Gods look down on us. Dragons treat us as equals, at least the wise ones. Tell me about the accident. This lich is talking all night long, it seems. It's really not worth talking too much about. After myself and my dear wife had both achieved lichdom, I made some misplays in the politicking. Politicking. Stepped on the wrong foot, so to speak. Got my entire splinter house exiled from the Hagen-Dim coalition. One thing led to another, yada yada. I ended up in Ascani. The lord of the fortress invited me to stay for a while. Did some freelancing, you know, newly discovered that shit. Once Urt arrived, I ended up working with some of his paladins. Never met the fellow, but I liked the cut of his jib. The lord of the fortress? Fortress of Verdun. You know, the esoteric, shadowy, miles-wide castle? Never been. Can't recommend it. The lord reached out, was looking for necromancers to add some new tricks. Who is this lord? No clue, but he paid well, and let me research the crazy stuff going on there. Still have no idea what the fortress actually is. My professional guess would be that it's an esoteric pocket gone wild. Like a slice of pure negative energy that's landed right in Ascani and it can't escape its bubble. Area overtaken by esoteric magic, exceedingly rare along the coast. Further inland, more common... Yeah, okay. One of many weird wonders of the coast. When the fortress opens up, there's always a trove of merchants setting up camp outside the entrance. Yeah, it gives... You have any kids? A dozen or so. Productive. Thank you. My wife, Akalia, ex-wife, was a prominent member of the MRS, Majorcrat Reproduction Society. They were at the forefront of women-first magics. You know, the kind of stuff that makes the whole childbirthing and or rearing business into a cakewalk. Nice. I never got along with those hags, but they did let me have 2 sons, so that's something. What happened to your kids? I think some of them survived the fall. My blood wasn't prominent enough to be lineage persecuted. Among the free striders. Same time, it's not like they received any inheritance. Logically, I should have some great-grandchildren scattered about Diminori. Sorry, what's it called now? Reeds? Stupid name, if you ask me. They should have called it Stridery or something. That would have been on brand. Better picture of your life, yeah. Tell me about Viskin. Lovely bastard. I gave him a serious case of testicular torsion once. Can't believe he ever forgave me. Pure evil. Skull lets out a maniacal laugh. Just out of nowhere, as a joke? No, we had a little war going on, okay? I had just left my position at the fortress of Verdun. It was 30-ish years, I believe. Right when your Urtfolk had begun growing quite bold upon River Torna. So I decided to sneak into your city here. That's when I saw him. An old opponent. Viskin. I immediately remembered his ugly mug and his rotten soul engineering. Just how old is Viskin then? No clue, maybe 100 or 2? Either way, I decided to kill him and take his place among the mortals of Norvik. A couple of magic duels and assassination attempts later, and we were at the stalemate. Although I'd consider it more as me just getting tired of hunting him down all the time, him and his goons. Our battles came to an end though, when local vampires started messing up with us both. Threatened to expose us, so we joined up. Team up of the century. Or that decade, at least. You two fought a vampire together. It was an epic duel of the shadowy fates. The skull bounces around. Together, however, the vampire was easily eliminated. In the aftermath, we decided to work together. This can even help me get this sweet alcove for myself. Share research from time to time and work together to figure out the mystery of I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about something else. Did you turn into a skull then? He doesn't know he's a skull. I'm a bit bony, but a skull don't be preposterous. Memory-altering spell by Viskin, perhaps. Who was the vampire? Thomas Darrow. Nobleman, which made it seem much more dangerous. He's from... Uncle of Nicholas Darrow. Disappeared 15 years ago, and his case was a widely speculated investigation. We cut him down without anyone suspecting a thing. Maybe I shouldn't say this out loud, but who cares? The mysterious death of Thomas Darrow was written about quite as extensively in the magazines about 15 years ago, back when you were a kid. Ah, Thomas Darrow, so that's what happened to the lost uncle of the Darrow house. Is that about research? Nothing, that's nothing. Other questions then? What you know? Nah, nothing? I got updates sometimes, but I don't know. Fun that it exploded though. Yeah, I'm looking into the why. Probably a rogue wizard or some kind of magic item mishap. Whenever a necklace of fireballs was smuggled from the floating cities down to the peasants, they'd always find a way to blow themselves up in the most spectacular ways. Hilarious! Why didn't the floating cities blow up? Anti-magic defenses and great architecture. Sometimes misses occurred, of course, but was surprisingly rare, and not every day a village exploded in a fireball. Those necklaces were valuable. Sometimes someone smuggled on away from the front lines or off a factory floor. Was never too into evocation magic for that reason, too easy. Who are you voting in the election? Goes against my ideological beliefs to vote. Democracy doesn't work, never has, never will. I completely agree. You've seen science too then. People are just too stupid, on average, statistically. Magicracy or technocracy might work. Hell, even oligarchy as it uses. Just look at the free striders. Real democracy is foolish. It might help launch these other more powerful forms of governments into speed. But real permanent democracy? A shit show. Just you wait. What do you prefer? Magicracy, of course. Dominance by those with godly arcane powers bring intense fortune to the world. Agreed, I like it too, since I'm a wizard. One day, perhaps you too shall sling 10th level spells and run the world. If George stops this inebriating ebbing, terribly annoying. Ebbing? What? Of course. You haven't heard of it? The Esoteric Ebb. An esoteric term for the draining of high-tier magic from George's realm. The lack of higher-tier magic is often taken for granted today due to the general hatred of arcanists post-Coast War, the draining. We can talk about political theory all day long, but if the ebbing had not occurred, the arcanists would still rule the coast. There is no argument to be had about that. It was a tragedy. I hope magic returns to what it was. Maybe I can cause that in this game. Then we hold the same dream. One day. This demi-lich holds much knowledge despite its mad nature. Ask him, what is Ebb truly? What do you think the Ebb truly is? I say the same thing most rational arcanists said back when it was first discovered. Jor is alive. He's haunting us, taking away what he gave with his strings. As a joke, or a punishment, or a gift? Who knows? Personally, I'm furious at him. He is indeed still here, watching us. That's something. Okay. We don't have... I do have advantage. I have double advantage. That's not gonna do anything, right? Okay, I succeeded. Think. Demi-lich believes himself to be your teacher here. He might be insane, but there is still knowledge to be had if you can decipher it. Hold out a hand. Tell me as best as you can. The school of necromancy. How do I master it? Strings are strings. They are equal but different. You must have seen them a lot, since you have them running through your flesh in the masses. I do. Continues. A string of necromancy becomes that when it intersects with negative energy, as it begins to look like flesh to me, for example. I have surely as many strings going through my existence as you do, except mine are necromantic. Yours are many others. How do you deal with strings usually? When I attune with strings, I twist them. Ah, so that is how you cast your organized spells then. Necromancy is special because of that negative energy. Twisting a necromantic string would hurt, naturally, if you are anything but not alive. A living necromancer learns to either manage the pain through mutilation, religious fervor, physical numbness, or they learn to cut the strings. Cut? Everyone uses different terminology. You might have heard it called willing the string or mastering it. It's the step every spellcaster must go through to reach the higher tier magic. They must learn to manipulate the string's shape. The shape of the string, yes. But it doesn't have a shape, it's just a dot? Skull laughs mockingly. Why do you think they call it a string then, dumbass? It measures change over time. You might have grabbed and twisted your strings in the moment, but cutting a string means grabbing it independently from all its other parts, in the past and in the future. Don't just twist it, separate it from itself. Of course, talk about mastering strings, it all makes sense now. The string goes through time. Manipulating it more closely requires to be twisted only in the now, without the other baggage. Yes, locate a string near Bondavel, a pale string. Yes, twist it. Ah, shit. That hurts. What? You twisted the string into a cure wounds. You idiot. Hurts like a... What do you say? Motherfucker. I failed? Haha. You did great, cleric. Or should I say necromancer. That was a cure wounds for sure, but a necromantic cure wounds. Instead of a cure wounds cast through sissy abjuration of hardcore flesh-melding transmutation, you now manage to simply remove the negative energy to reach the same conclusion, healing. Although yes, it did hurt like all hell, since negative energy obviously is kind of my thing here as a glorious lich. So I mastered necromancy, an overstatement perhaps, but you should be able to cast the one spell you're looking for at least. Speak with dead. Finally, that's great. Would be extremely useful for the case, obviously. Skull nods. Want a spell scroll? What's the catch? Oh. Okay, I grab it. Earned it, my evil apprentice. As long as you use it for selfless goals, there is no evil in such magic. Probably. Glorious, another tier of magic unlocked. Even if it's just a 3rd level spell, this will surely lead to greater things in the future. You have any other questions? Go ahead. Speak with dead. That's 5 questions, right? Yes, indeed. Plus, the spell does not allow the spirit to learn anything new. It just literally animates a simile of the creature. It's an extraction tool, not a way to learn information. So if a person is being targeted by Speak with Dead and then resurrects, that person will not remember the questions or answers it gives? Not one bit. Except, of course, there have been recorded instances of it happening. Rare, very rare. But only for creatures entangled so heavily in the strings of Jor that their spirit itself grows tendrils, so to speak. If the spirit lives entirely within the strings, then it theoretically could listen in on the Speak with Dead conversation. That's entirely based on conjecture, along with some instances I've encountered during my necromantic studies. Nothing to base a worldview on, wouldn't you say? Interesting. Indeed. Good job on this. I can see you have an extreme talent for handling strings, beyond what I've seen in many youngsters. I would love to watch you burn out on a battlefield among hags and legionaries. What? Skull lets out crazed laughter while spinning around in the air. Anything else you want? No, I'm going. Okay. So, was there anything else here? No. Yeah, let's not go down. What we need to do is, now we know for sure Viskin is. What we need to do is level up. We're level 3. Wait, how does that work again? I think level 3. I think we need to be level 5 before we can do Speak with Death. Before we can cast level 3 spells. Damn it. It's still quite a bit off. But it's getting later. Which means soon we could go find the spellbook. Either way, I wanna slot my new spells. Barkskin and Knock. Yeah, and I can't slot this yet. Cool, anyway. What are we doing? Viskin. Let's see if we can talk to him now. DC 14? Oh, because we talked to... Wait, Raz the Goblin has Viskin on his CV. Pondaval fought Viskin hundreds of years ago. So, let's try. It's not a great chance, but we got there. You stand there, mulling over all you know of this strange pale mortician, when your attention is drawn to the air around you. It's damp and dry, cold, piercing through your chainmail, leaving you with an uncomfortable feeling, a feeling that appears locked within this place, this tower. Close your eyes, focusing intensely on that feeling all around you. It's not natural. It's very much esoteric. Negative energy flow permeates this place to its core. All of it focuses around a single point, the pale man. By the gods, it's covered in negative energy. Even worse, it emanates from him. This is no human. What you are looking at here is but the thin disguise of a creature most foul, most powerful. No mere spellcaster, no mere arcanist, no mere wizard. This is a lich. Yeah, well, it's a lich house. An unliving, everlasting bastion of esoteric power. Learn from this creature. What do I do with this information? You have a choice. Either try to deal with this directly or contact relevant authorities. Well, I'm an arcanist. I'm not gonna contact authorities. I don't mean to interrupt, cleric, but you've been standing here in silence for almost 5 minutes now. Try to deal with this directly. What do you mean? Do I have to deal with it? I have no options here. I know you're a lich. I know you're a lich. Why should I contact authorities? I wanna... What is this? Why didn't I... Dead elf. Oh yeah, it's here. Can we still investigate something? Gentle repose. Yeah, Leave it for now. Who are you? Your fate one day. Ho ho ho. Why is that pot highlighted? What is all this, man? Well, we learned a lot, but it's a bit disappointing. We know that this guy is a lich, and we can do jack shit with this information. I mean, seriously, what would we do? Hey, I figured it out. You're a lich? That's... I'll just keep working with him, I guess. Question. Did we finish anything? Nothing's blinking. Well, what we have now is... we have... Speak with Dead, but only once we reach level 5. So we need to do some other stuff. It's not evening yet, so we can't go get our spellbook. We do have enough money for it, luckily. Maybe with charisma we can get some off. Some discount. We could go back down below the city, but I feel like I should have my spells, my level 1 spell slots for that, so I can cast Shield of Fate. Although I have Bark Skin, all damage halved. That is insane. If I want my spell slots back, I need to rest. If I rest, short rest, that's an hour. 1 level of exhaustion and restore 1 spell slot. Only 1. After resting, all dice checks are unlocked. Oh yeah. And gain HP, but... actually not a bad idea. But... we do have other things we can do as well. Should turn this on like standard. Oh, we can choose. But yeah, I am going to end the video here, and I'll think about what we can do next. We can also go talk to the bird and the crab, because oh no, that also requires a level 1 spell. Yeah, I think we just short rest. Yeah. Unlocked all ability checks. Great. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here, and I think then the next thing we'll do is go talk to that bird, because why the hell not? See you next time. Bye.